Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to week 3 of the NRL's final series. We got two massive preliminary finals this weekend where the winner of each game will go to the NRL Grand Final. And the loser, well, they're on holidays and probably going to go to Bali or something. But if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. I appreciate everyone for subscribing. We're at 810 subscribers at the moment, so it is much appreciated. And also, if you're going to be at the Storm versus Raiders game on Friday night up at Suncorp Stadium, I will be there with Always Brisbane Broncos, who is my brother, and I will also be with Luther King. So if you're at the game, come say hello. I'd love to meet some of you guys up there. So if you're going to be there, I'd love to come and see you. I do apologise about my voice, guys. I've got a little bit of hay fever today, but you know, the show goes on. But anyway, let's get into it. So the NRL Finals, guys, it kicks off Friday night up at Suncorp Stadium, 7:50 New South Wales time, 6:50 Queensland time. It is the preliminary final. The Storm up against the Raiders. The Storm are favourites at $1.45, and the Raiders are outsiders here at $2.75. Really looking forward to this game. I'll be there. Cannot wait. I will be vlogging the game, so I'll try and record as much as I can. Really looking forward to it. For the Melbourne Storm, Dale Finucane is in the reserves. He is a chance of returning for the Melbourne Storm. Cameron Munster is playing. He was never in doubt, in my opinion. He was always going to play because it's Cameron Munster and it's finals. Cameron Munster might only be 80%, but he'll play, with no doubt about it. As for the Canberra side, Ryan Sutton is a chance on returning as well. Outside of that, both these teams are pretty much unchanged. This is going to be a great game. Now, I think there's two ways that this game will go. I think either Melbourne win in a real low-scoring grind. If Melbourne can stop Canberra from scoring points and they can defend their way to victory and really shut down Jack White and George Williams, then I think Melbourne can wrestle their way to victory. But if this game is very high scoring, if there is points scored, if defence is thrown out the window, if it's high scoring, Canberra will win because they have an advantage in attack where the Melbourne Storm, in recent years, you know, when they've had the week off in the past, it's really affected the Melbourne Storm. I mean, I was going through a couple of things earlier, and Melbourne Storm's history of having a week off and then going into a prelim after a week off hasn't been great, guys. So I'm just saying, Canberra are a massive chance in this game. Now, I think Melbourne's advantage is probably the week off and they get Cameron Munster fresh. If Melbourne had played last week, I don't know if Munster would have played. It would have been 50-50. But like I said, if this game is high scoring, Canberra will win. But if it's low scoring and all about defence, then Melbourne will win. So there's two ways this game will go. I'm looking forward to it. You know, Melbourne's record after a week off hasn't been great over the years. I mean, 2011, they lost to the Warriors after a week off. 2013, they went out in straight sets. 2014, they went out first week. 2015, they had the week off and they went out in the prelim. 2016, they got to the grand final. And, you know, their record isn't great after a week off. So keep that in mind. Canberra, they have a lot of momentum. They beat the Sharks in the first week of the finals after a poor start. And they played absolutely brilliantly last week against the Roosters. So this is going to be a fantastic game. And for Melbourne's sake, well, they were too good for Parramatta a fortnight ago. And my God, what a game this is going to be. And me personally, I think the Melbourne Storm are going to win. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think up there at Suncorp Stadium, good advantage for Melbourne because they've been up there for pretty much all season. And Canberra got to travel from Canberra all the way to Queensland on the day of the game, which could affect them. Melbourne are fresher than Canberra. I think the week off at this time of the year is very important. And I just think Melbourne's, it could be Cameron Smith's last game, big occasion. It's going to be a great game. There'll be nothing in this. This game will go down to the wire. And I think the Melbourne Storm win in a real low-scoring game. So I'm going to tip the Melbourne Storm to defeat Canberra and qualify for the grand final. I'm going to go the Melbourne Storm. I'm going to go 14 points to 8. I think Melbourne by 6. 14 points to 8. It's going to be a low-scoring, great game of footy. Cannot wait. And my man of the match for this game, I'm going to go with Cameron Smith. I think he'll have a really big game. So, yeah, guys, Storm to beat the Raiders, 14 points to 8, and Cameron Smith to be the man of the match. Now let's go to the other preliminary final, which has got a lot of interest around it. Saturday night at ANZ Stadium, 7:50. It's the Panthers, who've been the best team all season, up against the high-flying South Sydney Rabbitohs. Panthers are favourites at $1.45, and South Sydney are outsiders here at $2.75. Now, William Kikau was out for the Panthers, which is a pretty big loss. And Kurt Capewell comes in to second row, and Spencer Leniu will come on to the interchange bench for the Panthers. And as for South, well, they're practically unchanged. Now, this game is very similar to the first one, I think. I think if the Panthers grind out a low-scoring game, I think the Panthers will win. But if it's a high-scoring game, Souths will win. It's so similar. I was watching on NRL 360 tonight. Matty Johns was on there talking about the game, and he dissected it very well. And he's a very good analysis, Matty Johns. And what he said just literally made sense. Now, Matty Johns did tip Penrith, but the way he talked about Souths, it was more interested in Souths than Penrith. Now, I said to you guys about 3 weeks ago now, I reckon the grand final will be Storm versus Souths. Now, the thing with Souths that makes them so dangerous, Cody Walker gets into the game by playing on either side of the field. Now, that's something that Souths have struggled with over the years. You know, when they've had great halves over the years, I've really struggled with Reynolds and getting Cody Walker into the game. Now, what Cody Walker does so well is he runs the ball at the line. He's not afraid to go very deep into the line and get hit. He will go at the line with speed. He doesn't care if he gets hit late. He'll play what's in front of him. Where Adam Reynolds' game is more on controlling and game management, and his kicking game is probably the best in the game when he's kicking at his best. Now, the battle of the halfbacks is brilliant. You know, you got Cleary against Reynolds. Cleary's been probably the best halfback all year, up against Reynolds, who is a fantastic game manager. And the 5'8's a great matchup as well. Cody Walker up against Jerome Luai. Both players are very similar. Cody Walker's probably a bit more... Cody Walker probably controls a bit more than Jerome Luai, but Jerome Luai's been so dangerous this year with his left foot step, running back on the inside, along with Kikau. Now, it's a new combination this weekend, no Kikau, so a whole new combination there between Jerome Luai and Kurt Capewell. Defensively, I don't know if they're familiar with each other enough, so we'll see how they go. Cody Walker will attack Nathan Cleary's side, and it'll be interesting to see how Souths go. They'll really attack with Reynolds and Sewer. They'll really attack Luai and Capewell, so it'll be interesting to see how they go together. And, you know, the fullbacks, in my opinion, I can't believe these fullbacks have gone this far. You've got Dylan Edwards, who I haven't rated all year, up against Corey Allen, who is nothing more than a backup fullback. So one of these two players is going to have a lot of pressure on him. Dylan Edwards has really improved this year, and Corey Allen is a really solid player. And then you've got some other fantastic matchups, the likes of Campbell Graham up against Stephen Crichton, two young, fantastic centres. And then you've got the likes of Fisher Harris against the experience of Tom Burgess. Totola up against, who's he up against? Totola Tamo, is it? Yeah. And then you got the locks. I'm looking forward to this matchup. Isaiah Yeo, who, in my opinion, is the lock of the year, up against the New South Wales Origin forward and Cameron Murray. So you've got some fantastic matchups all over the park, and Coruscant up against Cook as well is another fantastic matchup. It's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. And then the impact off the bench, you know, you've got the likes of Moses Leota and Zane Tenavano against Liam Knight and Keon Kalapatungi. Now, the way this game will be played, I think, can the Panthers stop the South Sydney Rabbitohs' momentum? The only thing that worries me about Souths is their slow starts. I know last week they got out to an 8-0 lead, and then they had a poor period where they conceded 18 points in 5 minutes. So there's periods of the South Sydney Rabbitohs game that needs to be improved, and I think if they can fix their defence in certain areas, I think Souths can win. But if the Panthers get out the blocks early and get out to a 10-12-0 lead, Souths have the points to come back, but will they come back? The other advantage I think for the Rabbitohs is the game's at ANZ Stadium, so it's a South Sydney home ground advantage. It is a Panthers home game, but it's at ANZ Stadium, so it'll definitely suit Souths more than it will Penrith. Penrith have got to travel from Penrith to Sydney, or Penrith to ANZ Stadium on the day of the game, so a bus trip on the day of the game is really annoying. But me personally, I think this game will be high scoring. I don't know if Penrith can stop South Sydney's attack. I think South Sydney are going to win, and I think South Sydney are going to get to the grand final. It's going to be a great game. I think Souths have got more attacking weapons than Penrith. I think Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds have more attack than Cleary and Luai, but you can debate that any day of the week. But what a game is going to be. It's going to be a cracking of a game. And I'm going to go South Sydney to win in a very high-scoring game. I'm going to go South Sydney by 8. I'm going to go South Sydney to win 30 points to 22. And I think Cody Walker will be man of the match. Cody Walker was a little bit quiet last week against Parramatta. I think he'll be out for a big game. So I'm going South Sydney to win 30 points to 22. And I think Cody Walker will be man of the match. But anyway, guys, they're my tips for the preliminary finals this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. If your team is still in the competition, I hope your team goes well. Wish you all the best. But like I said, I'm going the Storm by 6 to beat the Raiders. Cameron Smith for man of the match. And I'm going the Rabbitohs by 8. Cody Walker for man of the match. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. If you enjoyed my tips for the preliminary final, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comment section below who you're tipping in the preliminary final games this weekend. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're going to be at the Storm Raiders game, come say hello. I'll be there. Looking forward to it. I'm getting out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Have a great Wednesday. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys.